Probably the oldest religious structure which can be seen today is the old Carthusian Priory at Low Melwood, a few miles out of Epworth. The Carthusians were founded in the 11th century and practiced meditation and solitude. The priory was built on good ground and founded by Thomas de Mowbray in 1396 with a prior and 12 monks. Little now remains of the two-storey building, but old doors and windows can still be seen, along with the Mowbray coat of arms. At one time, it had over 100 cells for monks, and probably extended over most of this area. It was bounded by a moat on 3 sides, some of which still survives. This would be used as a source of fish and attract wildfowl for food. In 1535, Augustine Webster, Prior of Axholme, refused to recognise King Henry VIII as head of the Church of England and suffered a martyr's death. The Wesleys had a distinguished ancestry, and one fought in the Crusades. Some of the family clergy suffered ejection from their livings and even imprisonment for their religious dissent. The Wesleys came originally from the hamlet of Westley in East Devon. After marriage and obtaining a degree, Samuel Wesley held 2 curacies in London and was also a naval chaplain for a year. In 1695, when he already had 4 children, he was appointed rector of Epworth, which was a crown living, a position he held until his death in 1735. In 1705, he was incarcerated in Lincoln Prison for a £30 debt. However, perhaps the family's worst misfortune was when the rectory caught fire on 2 occasions. The first in 1702, when sparks ignited the thatched roof, causing serious damage, and the second time in 1709, resulting in the rectory's total destruction. The young John Wesley was plucked to safety as the roof fell in, narrowly escaping with his life. It was bought by the Methodists in 1954 and extensively restored. It is the oldest Methodist shrine in the world. John Wesley, born in 1703, was undoubtedly the most famous of Samuel and Susanna's children. He's credited with founding the Methodist Church, and together with his brother Charles, travelled throughout Britain and the new colonies, now the USA, to spread the gospel. John and Charles remained ordained Church of England ministers all their lives, with John always declaring, "All the world is my parish." He was obviously very fond of his birthplace, as he wrote in his journal in June 1784, "I rode to Epworth, which I still love beyond most places in the world." He died in 1791, saying to those gathered round his deathbed, "The best of all is, God is with us." So what impact and influence do John and the Wesley family make today on the local community? Well, undoubtedly the rectory, now with museum status, has become something of a shrine to Methodism, welcoming Methodists and other visitors, many from overseas. Obviously, this generates increased prosperity for Epworth, its people and its businesses. Finally, in the autumn of 2002, this fine statue of John Wesley was erected on Albion Hill, near to the rectory. Surely a fitting and well-deserved tribute to an internationally known man and Epworth's most famous son.